We're having one of those mornings, guys. So we'll talk about what
my name's Megan, by the way, as if I forgot it.
I might have forgotten it because I mommy brain. Just kidding. I totally knew. But anywho,
we're on the struggle today, folks.
It really is a struggle. So today is actually Friday. However, in our last video, if you listen to us, Megan is going to be out of town next week, Wednesday. And we were going to record while her being on the beach and me here at the office. However, we value self-care, and we decided that Megan should have time away from the office and time away from life and be able to unplug for her to focus on herself and do self-care for herself to come back and be refreshed and ready to serve you, serve her family, her spouse, and so forth. So here we are. Now, how was your day yesterday, Megan?
It was fantastic, actually. It really was, but I think it's been a long week. I think we talked about that yesterday.
Yes.
Angie and I discussed, like, we're both like, are you tired? Like, I slept like crazy the night before. First trimester tiredness is not the same as second trimester tiredness. It's like you have all the energy and you want to do all the things in second trimester, but the hangover, if you will, after that is like getting hit with a bag of oranges kind of a thing. Like I am just like, I feel so tired. So yesterday, my husband's family came into town. We went to Ravinia, which is an outdoor, so you're outside also, so that's also the fresh air for like 5-6 hours, which is great, but that also makes you a little tired, it tends to be. And we didn't get home until midnight, and then I had to get up and be in the office this morning, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, Angie comes in, I'm like crying, but I'm not even sad, it's just I'm tired.
Yeah, you're so tired, you're crying. I get it, I totally get it.
So we thought this was a great time to really talk about the realness of pregnancy. We said we were going to be real, so this is what you get. And so I'm really excited to go on vacation. But it's sometimes like you underestimate how much change. Yeah, and I think I even said, like, I was already a hormonal or emotional person. I process things through my eyeballs is what I say frequently. And now it's just like, it's just tenfold. So yeah, there's a lot of changes. Good, fantastic changes. I have zero to complain about other than being tired.
Yeah, and I think you're also learning about all these changes and how your body handles it. Even for me now, 6 months postpartum, I still feel like I'm figuring it out. I redid my scans that we do in the office yesterday, and I had good balance between sympathetic and parasympathetic, which is our stress side, and then the opposite is our relaxation side. And you can't be stressed and relaxed at the same time. And that's why this test is valuable, because we want to know, are you stuck in one way or stuck in the other, and how you're feeling on the outside. And so I had a good balance. However, it was low. My energy, my battery in my body was low. And so that's important for me to see it, because sometimes as a business owner, as a new mom, you're like push, you have to keep going because there's so many things that are being demanded of you. However, it's good to just check in with your body, see how it's doing, and my energy levels were low, so it was a good thing for me to recognize that I do need to do something different in order to improve that, because I can't be driving on exhaustion all the time and still be the best business owner, still be the best doctor, still be the best mom, and still be the best wife, daughter, and so on. And so I think it was good. So some things that I'm doing are I'm going to be getting adjusted 3 times a week instead of once a week, like I have been doing. I'm going to be waking up earlier, and I know that sounds counterintuitive. However, if I wake up earlier and meditate, I feel like that gets me grounded and starting my day on a different focus instead of rushing out of bed because it's time to go and get started. Working out, so I started a new workout regimen, a little bit of birth fit and cardio to really work on pelvic floor and musculature, as well as my heart muscle, really. So just a few different changes. Gratitude journaling, grab my gratitude frames, which I've talked about in a different video in the past. So just changing a few things here and there. Going on vacation, we're spending 10 days with my husband and daughter and family at a family reunion out of the country at the end of mid-September-ish.
Beginning, middle of September.
So definitely putting things in play. We can't wait until we're totally tired and exhausted to do something about it. Self-care should be at the forefront, because in order for us to be our best selves, for other people, we need to be our best selves for ourselves, really, and self-care really is important. So
going off of what you said of like being a mom and a business owner and all that stuff, and you just on the go, I feel like being pregnant, you also have this weird timeline at the end of it. So you want to fit all these things in before you're pregnant and you're, I don't want to say homebound, because I don't mean that in a negative way, just you're on maternity leave, so you're figuring all this other new stuff out, so you want to do as much as possible beforehand.
Flexibility.
We talked about baby moon last time, and which is great. I'm super excited to do that, but at the same time, like the go that you're used to having, you just don't physically have the capability of doing that in the same capacity.
And I think one of the things that when I was pregnant, I was like, I didn't understand when friends of mine would say like, oh, like it's challenging, and in my mind I was like, oh, it's just a baby, like it's fine, like just take the baby with you. But you don't realize that your baby has literally their own needs, and they're on their own schedule, and like just like when you miss hours of sleep, if they miss their hours of sleep and they sleep a lot, they're not going to be happy, they're going to be cranky. So just how important that is, and how you're on their little schedules. And so my daughter at first was sleeping every 3 hours, every 3 to 4 hours, so we had to kind of plan our groceries and our day and this cooking and pumping on that schedule, and it really is a schedule change and that sort of thing. And along with kind of letting go that we talked about last time, it was I was a very schedule oriented individual, and when you're a new mom, like you could plan to have a training or a meeting or something at some time, but if your daughter is hungry or wakes up early from her nap, like it changes things, and you have to be able to adapt to that. So we are refocusing to be our best selves. That's what we're working on. Anything else?
And just rolling with the punches, like you're tired, things are happening, you still have to do it, but going into it with the mindset of today's still going to be a good day. You may be tired, you may not want to do a video where you feel like you look like not so great, but
you look great.
Well, okay, thank you, but it's just like going into it with a positive attitude, and I feel like that's always something that I like have to wake up and be like, okay, it's gonna be a good day.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be a good day.
And speaking of positive words, the affirmation for this week is, I stay active and strong. I love being in my pregnant body. I nourish my body, mind, and spirit each day. And so I feel like that's very fitting. It's like, how did you know, Mama Naturals? How did you know we'd be feeling this at this time? So yeah.
What's going on with baby, and what's going on with the mama?
Let's see.
Speaking of baby naturals, right?
Yeah.
Mama naturals.
Yeah, Mama Naturals. So, so you spent the bulk of your first trimester, since it's over, kind of feeling tired. It references The Walking Dead in here. The baby's yawning now. Oh, and baby is, they're able to see that baby has their own sleep
schedule.
Patterns. Sleep patterns. Now they,
and they're in active sleep, they're in non-active sleep. So a lot of the stuff that, I think it said stuff that they're sleeping a lot more, they're not just awake all the time, and when you're feeling the movement, they're probably in active sleep more than they're actually awake.
Yeah, similar to like, it talks about how their eyes move as well when they are sleeping, very similar to adults, like when they're in REM sleep, your eyeballs may be moving. And then with Mama, it says that your uterus is at week 18 is actually the size of a honeydew melon. So,
right?
That's,
I mean, yeah. They're not small.
No, they're not.
It's not a watermelon, but
things are getting real now, Mama. Something else that may be getting real is the pain in your back. The extra weight you're carrying around combined with the changes to your posture means that aches, pains, and strains are pretty much common in this stage of pregnancy. To get some relief, you might want to schedule an appointment with a Webster certified chiropractor. Webster technique focuses on pelvic alignment and reducing stress to the ligaments, supporting the uterus, and it's recommended by the American Pregnancy Association. Ask your midwife or OB for a referral. If you're not listening from local to our office, you can visit the International Chiropractic Pediatric Association website to find a practitioner in your area. So, have you been feeling? I know,
Yes.
because I'm her chiropractor.
She adjusts me. Yeah, and I feel like the first trimester, I felt like it was almost like my back. I've always kind of had a lower back issues, and that has its own story behind it. But first trimester was great. It was like the hormone rush was beneficial.
Yeah.
I feel like, and it made me feel really good in that regard. Second trimester, as things are growing, I've noticed round ligament discomfort because you're doing the same things. Yard work for us is we do a lot of yard work, a lot of bending, a lot of stretching and bending in that stretched ligaments that you don't realize that you have. And then also it goes into lower back pain as well, just tightness and I was really big into yoga and big into stretching, and it made me nervous just because you don't know what kind of twists and movements you can do to endanger, I guess, the baby. So just getting back into the routine every night, doing lots of stretches to help support lower back, because I 100% neglected it. And the chiropractic care has been great. I've been telling my mom about some of the things that you've been doing that I didn't even know was a thing. And she had been seeing a chiropractor for years and got chiropractic, got adjustments when she was pregnant, but this wasn't like a thing 30 years ago. The kind of adjustments that you're doing. So it really does make a world of difference, for sure.
It is, and there's definitely more that we know now than maybe when 30-something years ago. And different techniques to help support mom in different ways. So I do want to mention that chiropractic care is not only good with back pain, mid-back pain, low back pain, and all supporting as your your body changes biomechanically. But it's also to help going back to sympathetic, parasympathetic stress and relaxation. And so the uterus is a smooth muscle, so it's controlled through your autonomic nervous system. And your autonomic nervous system has two modes of operation, that's sympathetic and parasympathetic. And so if the majority of your pregnancy, you have good balance between both of these parts of your nervous system, and we can measure it and we see it. When you get to labor, because that smooth muscle is controlled by that part of the nervous system, having good balance between both is going to allow, we believe is going to allow for effective and strong contractions. So making it, usually what women will report is easier, faster deliveries. And so, and most of the time, ends up being in a vaginal or natural delivery. And it doesn't always, life is always, pregnancy is always unpredictable. However, that's what a lot of the reports that we get back from moms as well. So, got everything?
I don't know anymore. I mean, I feel like we covered a lot. Mama Naturals in week 18 talks about the registry. She goes, oh, we're talking about registry today. I'm like, what? What registry? That hasn't even become a thought yet. Not in a bad way, not that we're not going to do it. It's just like you're thinking about all these other things. So we'll talk about registry another time.
We'll postpone registry when we discuss it. When they discuss it. And then we'll share. But yeah, week 18, it sounds like you still have a long ways to go, but that's only 2 weeks away from halfway point. So definitely something to start thinking about. And I'm sure you're not alone. I'm sure there's other moms saying at the same 18-week mark that are like, what? Registries already? Like we just shared with everyone that we're pregnant. So I totally get it. Time passes by really fast.
And it feels like it's been going fast in a good way. In a very good way.
Absolutely. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week, Wednesday. Bye.